Feature Friday.
The freshest. Lost now.
And we are live. Get cozy. Welcome to Feature Friday Plus.
Hello. I've already drank my coffee, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I have nothing left to sip on.
There, you're probably gonna be like
Super
Let's
hyper. Go!
Yeah.
Give me a few minutes, it'll set in, and I'll have Chihuahua syndrome. Do you know what that is?
Do they kind of shake?
I'm shaking and I'm hyper and I want to yap. I'm all yappy.
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 The Chihuahuas are weird dogs, man.
Chihuahuas are the best dogs that ever existed.
You like weird dogs.
I like weird, ugly animals. Like naked cats and chihuahuas.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're not good looking, dude.
I don't care. They're cool.
You want something easy to look at.
They are easy to look at. They're adorable. They're the most cute things ever.
Dude, how's your heart so pure? Oh my gosh.
They're the cutest things ever. You know what? When I was a kid, I'll tell you the story how I fell in love with chihuahuas.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, and I was like about 4 or 5, my best friend in preschool, right? She used to have a chihuahua in her house. And every single time I used to go to play dates in her house, the chihuahua would come to me and lick my foot. And I would be like, oh my god, this dog loves me. And since then, I've always wanted a chihuahua.
That was an old ass dog, dude.
And he was very old and he had cataracts and he couldn't see from one eye. And he walked funny. And since then, I just want a blind dog that walks funny.
Yeah, you want to rescue a dog, yeah.
Yes.
I think that's probably the best thing to do, really rescue a dog.
Yes, I don't care about pedigree or where it comes from. Doesn't really make a difference. Plus, those doggies have plenty of people that will love them. But rescue dogs, they don't always have a happy ending, you know?
Well, yeah.
I want to give one
the
the opportunity to have a happy ending.
I've seen so many videos lately of they keep coming up on my explore of this guy who keeps
rescuing dogs.
But baby, puppies, adorable, and they have.
Is that the Russian guy?
The Russian guy. Yeah, he keeps rescuing. And I thought, where you find these? Where you finding this? Because there's so many.
Well, back home, you remember a lot of stray dogs and cats everywhere.
Yeah, I remember. Do you remember that time you tried to convince my dad to adopt this dog? It was on the street.
I didn't convince him. I wanted to save him.
Yeah, and we tried. It
but
died.
He was too ill.
Yeah, it was adorable. It was like this big.
Yes.
And then it died.
He had too much fever.
Yeah, it's too tough. The street is rough.
Let's not talk about that because it makes me mushy.
Oh, yeah, dude, being on the street as a dog, as a puppy, must be rough. You have no mom and stuff. Dude, having no mom is rough.
That made me think about Stray Kids now.
Stray Kids?
Yeah.
For the band?
No. The kids that live in the streets.
Oh, Jesus. That is a band, isn't it? Stray Kids.
Yeah,
that's what I say. What?
Band. Oh, yeah, bad mention. Totally killed the mood.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, because if it's hard being a puppy.
Oh my god.
Imagine what it's like being a kid.
Nuts, bro. Bananas. You know what? It does bring that weird idea of I was looking up at this issue that's going on in Venice right now.
Mm-hmm. What's happening in Venice?
Not Italy, Venice. Venice in LA.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Is it LA or Cali? I don't know.
Cali.
Yeah. As you can see, geography knowledge not the best, but I think that is California.
Google, my friend.
Yeah, that is in California, definitely. Oh, yeah. Or is it a small part of LA? No idea. I keep sounding like a retard. So.
It's like
Venice Beach, yeah.
Like Los Angeles, California.
So I was right. Let's
Cali,
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have these 19, $4 million, $5 million mansions or houses.
And on the cross the street, there's a bunch of homeless people.
And you're like, what the?
Yeah, how's that logical?
I mean, how hard would it be to sell that house? Imagine you bought it, right, and then you got tired of it. F this, I want to sell it. You gotta sell 5 bums with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so weird. It's so weird that
it comes with a package.
Because LA is such a extreme place, bro.
Yeah, I it's sold as the city of the dreams and whatever, You gotta go to LA to make your dreams come true. But it's such a it has such a contrast in the same, it kind of like plays with the whole idea of dreams are fantasy and this is reality.
Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
a good place to.
So it's kind of like a very ugly thought, and it's an ugly reality. But I don't know how the government, or like, nobody has actually made any. It has been like that for forever.
A good while, yeah.
Yeah, since forever. I mean, there's always been people in Los Angeles that have never been able to be more than,
You know what's weird? It's like here in London, you do have homelessness a lot, but it's not that, definitely not that bad as it is like in places like LA.
I think it's less concentrated.
That would be a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And also I think because the weather is so weird here
Yes.
and so harsh, because it's always wet, maybe you don't see them actually on the street as often. But what you do see, which I feel it's like, which you don't see too often, is street performers. You know those, like, back home you used to get those people like, in lights, stoplights
yeah.
and stuff like that, or trying to clean your windshields and stuff like that, or people just doing like, I don't know, backflips for money and stuff.
Yeah.
You don't really get them. You only get like in London. I'm talking London, like central London. You get those who actually
Like
set
the
out.
musicians and like the public speakers and people like that, but you don't get the windshield wipers.
And I always wonder, like, how how much money do those people make? How, is it tough? Is it a side gig for them? Is it? I've always had so many questions when I watch them, because some of them are actually really bloody good, and then you're like, damn, okay, so.
And when you talk to them, they do have a back end, they do that for fun or for exposure, or.
And they have like their Instagram
Yeah.
plugged, and they have, like, oh, I have a YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
It may not be very big or whatever, but here you go.
Yeah, but
and
they
try
kind
and
of
sell
have
you
like
an
a
album,
back end, yeah. But
mixtape or something.
But yeah, it's true. In back home, they don't have anything else. That's what they do.
And it wouldn't be that organized.
Not at all. Not even one single bit.
No, it would just be sort of like. Yeah.
It's like territorial.
From
type
pennies
of-
to pennies.
Exactly.
Here it seems, I think their money does help them.
And you definitely need a permit to be a street performer in London.
Really?
Yeah, I looked into it.
So you sort of got to have like a permission.
Like a permit, yeah. Because if you don't, because police comes around and whatever, and they keep track of people,
Dang.
and they ask for your permit
What the hell?
to street perform.
London. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I just yeah.
It's just weird. When you think about it.
It can't be that hard to get though, is it?
You do. No, it's really not tough to get, but you do have to get a piece of paper. Kind of weird. Because
Yeah.
it's not like, like in America, like you stand in the middle of the street and you just sing and
I,
dance. or
I don't
whatever.
I don't know if that's the case. Maybe it'd be probably the same. I don't know. Not sure.
I think it kind of is.
I don't know. We don't know actually. We
Yeah.
don't. Now
Yeah, we're talking crap. I'm talking crap.
but the
I don't know.
the
It's
cool
a weird
the,
one thing.
the cool bit is it at least funnels the process a little bit. It's like then you don't get just streets full of your street performers,
Mm-hmm.
because you only
Or the tube, it has certain people at certain times.
like people singing in the tubes. Do they need a permit?
Yep. Definitely need a permit.
That's a weird place to sing. It's hot as hell in there.
Not only hot as hell, but crowded. And
Yeah.
small.
Yeah, you don't like crowds. Yeah, you don't like being in the crowd.
No, what? No. I was gonna play cool, but no, I don't. I like being on top of the city, over the city, not underneath it.
I mean, tubes are alright. I mean, one
They're not alright.
of the things I was really surprised here, because it's like how well trains work, but how much of a labyrinth it is.
Yeah, actually, it's not as hard once you get the.
It's a maze, mate.
It's true.
It's nothing.
I have an Irish friend, and he said to me, Waleska, the first time I landed in London, I was like, well, I need a tour guide just to explain to me how the freaking tube works.
Dude, we've been here a while, and I still make mistakes. and
it's easy though.
And I basically live in Central. Like I'm there every bloody.
Weekend.
Not only weekend, like probably like 4 days a week I'm there.
Yeah, it's true.
So.
Yeah.
I'm taking trains and sometimes buses there, and then sometimes taxis and all that stuff. I should know it like the palm of. I don't.
I don't. No, I don't.
And the cool thing about London and cities like this is that you can really find new stuff.
In the same places that you've been before.
That's nuts.
Yep. You go in a different callejón and you find something new.
Dude, London's amazing. I've
Yeah.
been falling in love with it so much because
London is that for me. London is that part. That Harry Potter part is true. You know?
that what was the castle called in Harry Potter? Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
You know how in that castle,
It's like new hallways appear out of nowhere.
out of nothing, and you've been going there for years, and
Yeah.
then you go like here, and this is brand new. Don't knock on this door because you'll go to this place. That's London, mate. That's actually what London is.
It's so fun. London is so fun.
If you've
You're never gonna get bored.
No.
Even if you're a Londoner, you're never gonna get bored.
And London in itself is pretty like a different country. Like it's so different to England
Oh, totally, 100%.
because it's so international. It's the same. I saw some guys when we were watching the Super Bowl. They were like saying, "Oh my gosh, this guy really thinks Miami's a different country." It's like, no, I don't.
No.
But
I
Miami
don't.
feels like a different country. It's dude, people don't speak English there.
Oh, very little, very limited. Spanglish is the official
Yeah.
language.
It's like Juan Miguel. Bring me the water. ¿Qué pasa, güey?
Water. What are you doing?
Yeah. You know, it's like
Learn English with me.
yeah, it's great. It's like, and if you go to certain parts of England here or
Yeah.
outer London, it's a different,
different
bloody
country.
country, mate.
It
It's
is.
not England anymore.
You go to the north, it's a completely different. The way of behaving is different to people that live in the coast in the south, and then the people that live in central. There's like 3 different ways of thinking,
Dude, the central bubble is so.
and it's so globalized. I feel like London itself, London Central, is so globalized.
Literally.
It has so many mixed and influences from all around the world. And I think that's what keeps it so dynamic, so alive, and
And I think that's why the music in London is so great. Like one of the things.
I think the entertainment overall in London is so amazing.
The reason why I like London music so much in terms, not London music, but music in London. Like if you go to pubs, if you go to bars or
Restaurants or like small gigs and performances.
and then artists that are coming up from London, you literally don't have a certain type. Like, oh yeah, he's a London artist. You wouldn't be
No.
able to know.
It's so diverse and it's so alive. It's usually a fusion of something. It's something new. It's something creative.
And then because the backgrounds here are so diverse, you get a lot of Afro artists from London make Afro music.
Yeah.
You know, you also get a lot of
And the rap scene is totally different to what you would expect
mate,
it to be.
the rap scene in UK grime, it's so different to anything else.
Yeah.
Anything else in terms of rap, and I think that's why influential people or huge names like Chris Brown, Drake. Who else has really liked grime, that has really openly said it.
I know Drake absolutely adores it.
Oh, ASAP Rocky.
He does.
He loves it. So it's like it's so different, and the way they do rap here, the way they portray rap, the way the music videos are, the way the tendencies of mixing Afro with rap here.
Yeah, it's huge. And then you get people that have, because
Afrobeats.
you have so many different ethnic backgrounds in London, like as a city, that you get amazing music with like Hindu influence, and then you get incredible artists that have the biggest jazz influence ever, but they make it so pop and modern at the same time. So the fusion overall, the music scene is so vibrant and ever changing.
Like literally, you could find there's a place for everyone
Yes.
in London depending on your tastes. Like it doesn't matter what you're into. There's gonna be a huge community of it here, or bars specifically for that, or pubs specifically for that, clubs specifically for that. Everything, bro.
And open for anybody.
It's so crazy. That's why I
Open
love.
for anybody.
That's why I fell in love with the city so much.
And the city people itself, they could, if you're out on a Friday night and you go to literally any pub in central London, you're gonna make friends with whoever. Like,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It's a very inviting city.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. It isn't as warm as South America
No, not
in terms of people's warmth.
no, but the
night
scene is
It's
very
friendly.
vibrant. Yeah.
I have some friends that tell me, it's like, oh, I feel like people here are a bit colder than in other parts of the world. And I'm like, to be honest, not really. Like you
Just get them a few beers down, and you'll got friends for life.
Yeah, maybe. I just feel like, if you go to a bar setting or a pub, like people are just looking to talk. To be fair,
Exactly.
So-
They're there. Most people are there to have a good time and just socialize.
And the weird thing is, the likeliness of you meeting in one night, just like one background, so one person from, so only people from the same country.
No,
It's impossible.
you won't.
You're gonna meet people from everywhere.
Everywhere in the world.
So you're gonna get like basically a taste of like you're gonna have a buffet that day.
It's true. That's another good thing about London.
Food.
The food. The food in London. You will find anything and everything.
Yeah, international food. I'm not a big fan of fish and chips.
Oh no, I'm talking the restaurant
International
scene.
food,
Yeah. The restaurant scene in London is amazing.
But actual London food, not a fan.
No, me neither. I think everyone can agree that English cuisine isn't like the best, apart from like a good Sunday roast. But that's I guess that's the only exception.
Yeah, like sausage rolls, like alright, mate.
Me, all right. Well, but
What's
I guess,
actually like British? Tea?
yeah, tea time.
Scones.
Scones. Scones.
Don't know, biscuits?
Biscuits and tea.
They made up cookies, bro. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, literally, and milk and tea.
Oh,
What
the
else?
little cakes are not bad. The little tea cakes.
Yeah, but that's all about tea time. When you go to tea, then they serve you like mini sandwiches.
Do they
and
do that in
cakes
America?
No, that's a especially British thing. And
What other places do they do tea time on?
no, I don't know.
India, maybe?
No, they're big on tea. They drink tea. Like Asia drinks a lot of tea per se.
Yeah, Korea maybe. Do they do tea?
They do tea, but they do it after meals.
Not
So
tea time.
there's not a specific tea time.
Oh.
And the way that British people do it is very specific.
I mean,
to
we don't
Britain.
do it.
Not at all. Are we British?
Yeah, but we've been here long enough to sort of
But have
capture
you
some-
ever seen me hold a cup of tea in my life? No.
No, you're more coffee as well.
I'm a coffee girl.
Yeah, I don't like. I mean,
That comes
I hate
with
coffee.
It comes with my heritage.
I hate coffee. I don't mind tea, but yeah, it's just a bit. It is what it is. I don't really.
I know. I think it depends on people's like taste as well.
And going back to
Yeah, the cuisine. Come to London for food, international food.
going back to the whole music thing. I was just reading an article the other day of
Now I'm hungry.
that. Yeah, literally that. Like BTS, looking because one of the things I read a lot of your comments. So one of the things that I was really interested in is like, oh my gosh,
Where's that glare coming from?
I don't know,
The window.
the window. It's like I'll close it.
No, it's fine. Come on. Who cares? Well, people need to know it is light outside. We are filming throughout the day. How bizarre is that?
First time.
It's not 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Isn't that weird?
We usually never do that.
No.
But yeah, so looking at some of your comments, some of you guys said, "Oh wow, it's so amazing to see you dig so deep into Korean music." And it's so refreshing to see you actually genuinely enjoy
It's
it,
been such a refreshing journey for us as well.
and the fact you've shared your love for this with us, and now that we've introduced you, not us, I'm talking in the as you guys have commented, we've showed you so many bands, and we're so glad you've liked them, and we have so much more to show you. Well, that's awesome, and one of the things that's becoming more apparent to me and more obvious is how large the fandom of some of these bands are internationally. Like something that's very obvious is they're huge in their country and they're huge in Asia in general. But then I started looking at data and started looking at numbers, right? What numbers are they doing internationally and stuff like that? And one of the interviews that came up, one of the articles that came up for BTS. The glare is still there.
It's fine.
One of the articles that came up for BTS said something like this, which I thought was super cool, and I wanted to share it. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, so he said, BTS joins Eminem and Dua Lipa in earning one of the biggest honors in the UK this year. So in the UK alone,
Wow.
right? And this is Forbes.com, so I suspect they're probably right about their numbers. And one of the things they said is that Map of the Soul 7 was certified silver in the UK.
That's amazing.
And I mean, it's
wow.
only been, what is it, 3-4 months after they released?
Yeah.
They released in Feb.
Yeah, I think they did.
So yeah, it's certified silver already, and the only albums that have done that so far this year have been Dua Lipa. Eminem went gold actually. He didn't go silver. And all that means, in case you don't know what the whole like certification means, it just means that it's sold, because nowadays it's the world of online streaming.
Yeah, it was 21st of February.
Yeah, so it's been like 4 months, 3 months.
That's quick. Wow, those are numbers.
Yeah, in case you don't know what it means, it's because this is the age of streams, online streams. What they do now to give certifications, before it was how many physical copies of an album did you sell, but now because it's all streamed, most people are streaming and no longer buying the physical copies, even though Korea...
We know for a fact that Korean fans and like K-pop fans overall internationally buy physical albums,
which is a lesson to be learned for Western artists. Mm-hmm. Don't neglect that, because there's so much income coming in, that's so much more content for an audience, and
there's so and that's like having the book, you know. It's like you can download the book, right? But there's nothing like holding the book in your hands.
I see. Yeah,
and I think that's the only way I could understand, you know. Yeah, buy the physical copy of the album, because then you have something to hold on to, you know. There's a physical way of holding on to the band.
I agree. I never thought about it like that actually. Yeah, and I think they shouldn't neglect that.
No.
And so it just means that the title has moved at least 60,000 equivalent units in the UK alone, which is impressive it's impressive for any Korean release, right? But obviously BTS don't really fit anymore into that Korean band, because they are from Korea, yes, but they've become so big worldwide that
they're so international.
They're probably not, they're definitely not K-pop anymore.
Yeah, when you think BTS, you stop thinking K-pop.
You just think BTS.
Yeah, they're an individual entity.
Yeah, BTS is BTS. That is crazy.
They're an entity on themselves.
It took them a while.
It took them a long time.
Not for fans to acknowledge that. I think fans knew from the start, like, okay, this is different.
But the industry to acknowledge it.
Seeing people that don't know anything about K-pop. Like, I would have been one of them. But it would have been only a matter of time until I would have stumbled upon a BTS song.
Yep. We had already done that.
Yes.
Nothing had sparked our curiosity as much, as such, up until now, but definitely.
Yeah, so it's crazy now to think that it will probably be gold by, I don't know, August. You know?
Yeah.
And if they keep dropping bits and bobs, or like, for example, who is it that just made a song with Sugar, right?
Made a song with IU.
Little bits and bobs like that those increase interest in BTS overall, and it's just crazy. Like, dude, you're putting them in the same name, in the same sales numbers as Eminem, as Dua Lipa, the artists that are killing it right now here. Eminem is surely
globally though. Yeah. These are artists that are killing it globally. They're not killing it just in the Western world. No. They're just as influential in the rest of the world, the globe itself.
Yeah. Eminem sort of fits in his own category.
And I think that's what was happening with BTS. They fit their own category.
Yeah, I mean, there's still more to do for BTS, and there's still so much more to conquer, which is super exciting. Because I think now it's cool to see them be regarded no longer as a K-pop band, but as the best boy band in the planet, you know. So that's insane on its own, but it's really cool to see that non-Spanish speaking music makers or artists are trending that hard in UK.
Not Spanish.
Non-English. Sorry, non-English speaking artists.
Yeah, it's incredible. It gives hope to the world.
Do they speak Korean?
And it's amazing. And they have created this whole worldwide curiosity, a healthy curiosity towards their culture and where they come from, and this whole movement about wanting to learn more about the other side of the world. That to me is such an, they have such a cultural impact. They had such a cultural impact around the world.
Dude,
you know?
And that album is stacked with hits.
Every album they've got is stacked with hits, and it's not like mini albums that have 6 songs per album. No, they do full on 13, 20 song albums, and
Yeah.
like that to me just
That's what I said, is that
shows how
BTS have so much bloody music, mate. Like, it's crazy.
you're never not gonna.
We're like tippity top of the iceberg, you know, and we've dedicated time to consume content from BTS and review it and watch it and
And
share.
yet there's so much more to learn.
What the bro? We haven't even seen 2 albums of them.
No,
We've seen 1. That's it. The other ones were sort of like picking in and out.
that's
you know?
right.
So
and
maybe
we kind of read a lot of what the whole journey entails, but we've never really dove into the deep waters.
yeah,
of
and
it
now
all.
and I don't want to do it alone in terms of like I don't want to listen to
your
an
own
album
time,
alone in
yeah.
my own time, because it's been so rewarding just listening to together in terms of you guys, you and me. So maybe we should move more album reviews, you know. Let us know.
if that's something that you guys are interested in,
Yeah.
for sure. It's one of the best times I personally have in the show, you know, when we get to sit and listen to
Just
a whole
consume
album.
albums, yeah.
Yeah, because I do that in my own time, and having to share that with you now, the viewers, it's one of the greatest things ever. Because then
Let us know if you like that.
yeah, I'm sharing my hobby, my pastime with all of you. It's like we're all chilling together.
Well,
It's the
talking
greatest.
about new albums.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 new albums released this week.
Which is nuts, by the way.
One of them is not an album. It's a sort of mixtape sort of thing.
Like Drake-ish mixtape.
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk.
What in Korea would be a mini album.
But it's not a mini album though, because it has more than 6 songs.
Oh, alright.
It's a full album. It's just a mixtape.
What makes it a difference between a mixtape and an... Oh, because it's not as high quality? It's like more relaxed environment? Is that what it is?
No, it's just maybe not as much promotion goes into it.
Alright. Fair
And
enough.
it's also maybe free.
No way! No, it can't be free.
Well, it's on YouTube.
Just like that?
Everything. Every song.
Yeah, but they hold rights of the song, so they must be earning money out of it.
Yeah, but you don't have to. So, for example, say you go on Spotify, right? If you stream one of their songs, right?
The earning goes to them, no?
Yeah, still, but you can't go through every song. You have to do the whole shuffle thing.
Okay. Unless you have a membership for... Okay, I
And
understand.
you see what I mean? Am I making sense?
Yeah.
I think they just release everything. I think because usually artists I don't know. Nowadays everyone's releasing everything. I was thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
Tory Lane's new Toronto 3. He released everything with visualizers. So. Yeah, I don't know what would make it a
Drake did the same
mixtape.
with his mixtape.
I don't know what would make it a mixtape.
What is the actual difference?
It just has tapes in his name. So I just thought.
What's the difference between
Albums.
peanut butter and jam? What's the difference between mixtapes?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe maybe it's just promotion that goes into it.
I think perhaps
Mixtape and album. There is.
mixtape and album.
Okay, so it says the short version is mixtape in today's music industry are basically a compilation of songs, whereas an album is typically a higher quality, more structured story.
That's what I.
Yeah, but Drake's had a story though.
Yeah,
And
but I guess the whole album didn't have the same concept. It was more like experimental overall.
Right, I don't know. I don't think it bloody matters anyways. So.
And that is Chris Brown. The mixtape that we're talking about is Chris Brown's and who?
Well, I don't know if I now you've confused me. I don't know, but let's just talk all the releases and then I'll break down sort of like who,
Okay,
what the hell it is. The first album that we heard that released that we really liked was KHELANI'S. KHELANI'S album is called "It Was Good Until It Wasn't," and that released Friday because Friday is sort of like the day where people just release. It's like that for some reason.
New music, yeah.
And it's sort of this weird relationship of which is always dwelled on toxicity, love, hatred,
and that
obsession.
Yeah, that vicious cycle of breathing the same air and yeah.
And I wasn't a fan of the whole thing. Like, surprisingly, Tory Lanez is one of my favorite artists, and I wasn't a fan of the feature of the number 2 track. Can I? Wasn't a big fan. It just didn't resonate. I've heard it again and again. Like, sometimes you
Trying
want.
to find something new about it.
Yeah, I love Tory. Anything Tory releases, I love him. So
I thought it was a pretty decent feature. I know, obviously, because when you hear music, I'm listening to it as well, and I thought it was a pretty, solid song. It wasn't anything that sparked to me personally. It didn't speak to me personally, but I thought it was a pretty solid song.
I wasn't a big fan. To be completely honest, and I like, one of the things I've enjoyed a lot is sharing how like actually my taste works. You know, because it's just me. It doesn't mean that you may not like it. Doesn't mean you're gonna love it.
Yeah,
Doesn't mean
it's
you're gonna
just
hate it.
personal opinion.
It's just me, and I do understand I'm a bit strange in my taste of music. I'm a bit weird the way I listen to music, so just take it with a huge grain of salt. But I was a big fan of that.
Okay.
The album didn't resonate to me from track 1 to like track 8. All of that I thought was replaceable. Didn't really like it. But from track 8 to track 15, I thought it was one of my favorite projects out there, which leads me to, again, the same bloody conclusion I bring. Why do you have to have so many tracks? Why? What's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? Again, maybe I wasn't paying much attention to lyrics, like connection of lyrics in each song. I was just paying to lyrics individually, so I wasn't connecting the story.
Okay, fair
But it could have made a lot more sense that way. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I just thought from like song number 9, if you don't know who Kehlani is, which I doubt it, but
yeah.
if you do, then this is sort of the Kehlani that has evolved throughout the years. That it's my favorite Kehlani. That song with Hate the Club featuring Masego. I don't know who he is.
Oh, yes, Efra. Masego is huge. He's great. He's the guy that sings da-da.
Da 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 da. Him.
That's-
Oh,
that's
mate.
the
No
guy.
wonder I love it.
Yeah, he's great. I actually was gonna say, when you played that song, I was like, he sounds like Masego, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And I don't think I mentioned it, but last
I think
night
he produced the whole thing as well.
he is
The song.
a genius. The way that he makes music, and on the spot, he's one of those creators that just by nature or his environment, he will create something in the spot that is incredible.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of videos out there of him just basically making a song in the spot that he's never done before.
It's amazing.
You know, and that improvisation
He's
skills.
the guy that can play pretty much every instrument.
Yeah, he's the guy. He's
Admire
the guy. Plays the drums, he sings, he can rap, he can play the trumpet, he can play the bass, he can do everything.
Yeah.
And apart from that, he can also do a pretty amazing job in the loop station, so he's got a whole band just by himself.
By himself, yeah, that's great. I saw that video you showed me. That is crazy. Was it Red Bull Studios?
Oh yeah, but that's also with who's the other guy that I like? Yeah, but he also does a lot of stuff with the loop station. What's
Right.
his name? Carry on. I'll search up for it.
So yeah, so that track, if you want to make a list of maybe the things I liked, I know some of you guys have the same taste as me, so maybe you'll enjoy it. I'd say listen to the whole
Yeah.
album.
FKJ.
FKJ, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
200
great.
million nearly views, that video.
But that video was the video that sent him to a little bit
Blew
more
him up.
mainstream. Yeah. He's been making music for like
his
forever.
Colors, I think, has a lot of views.
Mm-hmm.
38 million views. My gosh. Yeah, so that
He's
song,
a genius.
it's really special. It's amazing. It like, musically wise, vibe, the atmosphere it creates is perfect. Close your eyes, put yourself in a dark room, just play this and just listen to it. It would take you to places you didn't even know.
Yeah, and even if you're not a muso, like people say around here in London, like, oh, I'm not a musician, I'm not into like the experimental music or whatever. 8 minutes of that track is magic. It's literally, it doesn't feel like it
Yeah.
was ever long. But yeah, so that song with Kehlani there, it was just beautiful, because I think they're two very creative people. Kehlani is also incredible at what she does. I actually think the way she words things out, and the way her perspective in life is so unique to herself as a creator, that I honestly love the fact that those two brains came together to make amazing music.
Yeah, that's it was a really good collab, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Then Serial Lover, I like that a lot. F and MU. That's the one I was talking about.
That's one of the title tracks ish. She made a video for that.
Yeah. Which had that dancer.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
He's so good, by the way.
Then, Can You Blame Me with Lucky Day? I've been following Lucky Day since like Scape Tracks days.
That's true.
Where that's like his Scape Tracks. When Scape Tracks would post his music, it would get more views than him.
Yeah.
You know, and now I'm
is...
so happy that he's like on the search now, making music with huge artists because he's really good.
He's another mood. He's another guy that you play on the background and he takes you to a whole journey in a cloud.
Lucky Day, Vori.
Yes.
Who else I saw in that vibe?
Saya
the Kid.
Yes, absolutely. Sir. So good. Daniel Caesar, of course.
Yeah, this type of like if you know Vori, I think is a little bit more on the. It wouldn't go down the Daniel Caesar route.
No, but it fits the whole atmosphere.
To some extent.
Atmospheric R&B genre.
Oh yeah. Then he made a song with James. She made a song with James Blake.
Also, another great track.
Grieving. It was okay.
I liked it. I like what.
It was weird.
I like what he brings to the table every time, though.
Yeah, I do. Me too. I'm a big fan of James Blake.
He's very, again, like I said, experimental, and I love that because he's. I don't know. He's unpredictable, and he's also very adaptable.
Literally, he can do anything, bro.
And however you want it to be, and he never sounds like a feature. He always sounds like he's part of the
whole
project.
Thing. Yeah,
the whole concept.
I think it really takes the time to like know who's he's actually who
he's working with.
Yeah. Why can't I speak?
I don't know.
The
We're
coffee's
tired.
doing good for you.
Yeah, I know.
And then
I'm running mile.
And then
I'm running mile
high. And then my favorite songs out of all of them were track number 9, Hate the Club, and then number 14, Opened, in brackets, Passionate. That was one of my favorite ones because it's the most Kehlani, new Kehlani sort of song, and I like a lot the new Kehlani. I actually love old Kehlani or middle Kehlani. I like Kehlani overall. That was one of my favorite songs for sure.
I like mixtape era Kehlani, that where people used to think
it was
Justin Bieber. Yeah.
So if you want to check out a new album, if you're stuck at home, which you are, which you definitely are, or you should be at least. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know what. I no longer know what to promote because I'm so confused.
And literally, there's so many people out there who still have to keep on going in life, so it's so tough.
But honestly, if you do want good music and new music, listen to It Was Good Until It Wasn't by Kehlani. Then another release that happened on Friday was NAV'S, Good Intentions. Now, NAV is a bit different, completely different to Kehlani. It's rap. It's new era rap. New age rap.
Not my cup of tea.
Not Bale's cup of tea.
No,
it's
not my wave.
It's like it's this new era of rap of autotune, simple lyricism, mumble. It's more about beat production.
It's more
atmosphere.
It's more about the cadence of the music.
Yeah, it's cadence rap.
Yeah. It's so weird that
and it's club banging music.
Exactly, it's definitely for the clubbing scene. It's so weird that it's the middle of the day and you can hear the neighbors and everybody going around.
So,
Efra, you're out of the. Come in, dude.
I am here.
It's just me because I'm blind. I can't see, but all I can see it's me.
But I'm gonna get so close. I think it's maybe because I'm sitting by the side.
Come get cozy.
Yeah, Good Intentions. So maybe you don't know who NAV is, and
the cover art is hella good.
He works very closely with The Weeknd.
Ooh.
So and he's a huge lover of The Weeknd, and The Weeknd loves him. So Abel loves him. So they've worked together a lot, and he represents in the XOXO gang often.
Good.
So if you like The Weeknd, you may like NAV.
I like The Weeknd, but I didn't like that.
But you like some of his songs, and you don't realize it's him.
No. I do like I didn't like the whole project of the whole album. I wasn't a fan of everything that he made in this album. But I definitely have songs that I like from him. I mean,
definitely. Tap with Big Mill. Come on.
But I mean, didn't he have that song that talked about his mom and like?
Why are you crying,
Yeah,
mama? That was some Bad Habits.
Yeah, I like some of his stuff. I think some of his stuff is dope. But as a whole, I wouldn't pick NAV to play on my playlist.
Oh no,
it's not my.
That's what I said. It isn't your wave, and that's why it's so cool about the show that you really now, as we progress, you're really gonna get to know what we listen to in our off time.
Definitely.
Because we've also evolved so much just in the last 6 months. Like if you see my playlist now, you think I'm crazy. I have Korean music. I have Kazakhstan music. I have Brazilian music. I have
no, dude.
Latino music.
I was gonna say I go from playing salsa to going to experimental James Blake early days.
Yeah.
Like that's how far crazy. And I have some classical pieces as well somewhere in my playlist. My playlist is nuts.
Yeah. So the thing about Good Intentions is that this is, to put into perspective, this is NAV'S. This should be NAV'S biggest album, because this is where, and he's in a position in his career right now where he's really getting recognized. People are giving him the respect he deserves. He has earned this. Now, he's no longer going like this. He was going like this in in Bad Habits. I'm gonna have to close the window.
No, it's okay. I'm boiling.
But now he's sort of like slowly increasing, but he's reached a great level, right? So there are gonna be some hits here.
I actually think he's such a good place right now in his career.
And he's such a nice guy, bro.
I love what he stands for. You know, he holds his heritage as a banner, and he's so proud. Yeah, he's so proud of everything that he's made and his journey. And how could you hate the guy? You know, like even if you're not a fan of his music, how can you hate the guy? He's such a cool guy.
As a guy, he's very likable. So my favorite songs of it, to keep it sort of short, it was, let me go back to the ones I've liked. Yeah, so it's quite a long album, 18 songs, and I've always said
long.
I don't think it should have been that long. As I've always said, I'm a huge advocate for short but powerful, impactful, get the message across in 12 songs. That's all you need. 12, 14 songs. He's made it 18, right? So he's already, I thought, on that edgy line. Now, favorite ones were Did You Wrong, She Hurting, Recap with Don Toliver. Which, dude, Don Toliver, it's such a good feature right now, dude. Everything he gets on, he makes better.
That's great.
And because he's the guy that made he's the guy that made that song with Summer Walker. Summer Walker did a remix of him, and his most popular song is this guy. His most popular song is that TikTok song, dude.
What song? There's so many TikTok songs. After Party.
No, he was also in Travis Scott's Jack Boys album.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
Still,
Yeah.
That's him.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. Oh yeah, I know this guy.
Yeah, you definitely know him.
Yeah.
So
I just couldn't put a name to the face.
Yeah, so Recap is really good. He's got really unique vocals. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be one of the most popular songs.
That Recap,
the one
that
you like, Run It Up with Pop Smoke. That one took the top because I was not ready to listen to Pop Smoke, bro. Pop Smoke passed away.
No way.
Yeah, he got shot in a house invasion. Yeah, and he was really young, man, and he's one of my favorite voices because
has that 50 Cent-ish deep type of like.
Kind of. He has, I don't know. He has a voice of his own, but it's
just woke up grudge.
Dude, and he's so clean and he's so good, and again, it was too bloody soon. And then I just realized I was listening to this with my eyes closed, as I always do, and just like in a dark room. I just like doing that, playing the music and just vibing, and just me at no one bother me. It's music time. And
he really takes it seriously, dude. Like for real.
And as soon as I heard, oh my god, that's Pop Smoke,
I was like hitting in the feels right now.
I was like, bro, what a tough 9 months it's been for rap. Just for the world in general, bro.
Yeah.
And he just hit me like a truck. Like, boom. Whoa. Like, he's gone. Juice WRLD was gone. And I was just, I was like, what the yeah. I was looking at Kobe's videos for some reason. They came in my stuff, and I was, what's happening, bro?
Yeah.
It's been a wild 9 months.
It's been a tough year.
So far, yeah, but before this
the year ended,
it was already hard. And people were like, to a better 2020,
It was
and then 2020 comes with a
escalating.
slap.
Yeah, it was escalating towards a really bad time.
It's been so bad. I hate talking about negative stuff, but it's so weird right now. So then after that, I have Saint Laurent, which is a very, very NAV song. Status with Lil Uzi Vert.
Ooh, okay.
And he had a really funny album. I really liked it. Like there was some really good songs in his previous album that he released that people thought he was never gonna come back to music, but he did. Eternal Attack, I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, so if you like sort of like new era rap, or you're more into sort of like what's trendy and stuff, listen to NAV'S Good Intentions. Then the next thing that released that you were a good fan of,
yes,
which I was surprised because he had Young Thug.
Yeah,
and
I'm not
the biggest Young Thug fan.
No, I've never been a fan of Young Thug.
Yeah.
I like what he represents. No, I like what he represents though. I like what he stands for.
Right.
In the industry overall.
Like the whole fashion forward stuff.
Yeah, he's breaking some grounds. He's bending the rules. He's setting some new trends, and I'm all about people that strive forward that way and without the masquerade ball.
Yeah.
So I like that. Not a fan of his music overall, but in this project with Chris Brown, if you didn't tell me,
that's my favorite Thug.
If you didn't tell me it was Young Thug, I wouldn't have known. I don't know. It wasn't the Young Thug that I'm used to.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know. It was a cool collective version of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people feel the same way about high-pitched Young Thug. He's you either love him or you hate him.
But that's the Young Thug that set the trend.
That sold the most records, to some extent, yeah. So it's like...
It's not the best, but it's the most...
No, it's not the best to you or me. It's not our taste.
Okay, yeah, good point. I can't make statements like that, but...
You can. Say whatever you want, mate. But it's just that we don't like that Thug. It's too weird.
I don't know,
It's too weird.
And I'm squeaky and annoying, so...
Yeah. But I like rapping Thug, which he maintains a chord, a tone, and he's over in the low end.
Auto-tune.
No. He's because he's not singing. He's just rapping.
Mm-hmm.
So I suspect not much auto-tune is going on there.
You'd be surprised.
I would be, because he doesn't. It doesn't sound like that.
Fair enough.
So it's surprisingly good in terms of that. So.
Honestly, that was such a good thing. I really like that.
And rapping Chris Brown is one of my favorite Chris Browns. I think everyone knows Chris Brown for singing, but he's actually such a good rapper. And his flow and his cadence, his ability to freestyle out of nothing and make things work, because he's such a singer, so he knows.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we're getting the whole community. Efra, what do you want me to sweat like a pig?
Okay.
And become a glazed donut?
No way. No way.
Well, talking about Chris Brown, I love what that man can do. He's so multi-talented in so many ways of vocalizing.
Yeah.
Like, he knows how to do so many things with his voice overall, that the rap, the singing, the rhythmical speaking, everything, he's got it mastered. Everything that he could possibly do with his voice, he's got it under his belt. So I love this project, especially because, I don't know, it's fresh, and it kind of gave me a bit of
unexpected as hell.
Absolutely, but isn't that the case every single time with Chris Brown, though? You never
But he just releases.
Yeah, you never think he's gonna release a 40-song album and ba-bam, there you go, Indigo, best thing ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Heartbreak on a Full Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the tape or album, whatever you want to call it, it's called Slime and B. So obviously Slime is Young Thug and B is Brown.
It's so cool. I love that.
So it's all together, like everything, and they do feature some really good artists, big artists right now. So one of my favorite ones is City Girls, and I straight up thought City Girls, the rapping crew girl, was gonna pop.
So did I.
They're not great, but I literally thought they were gonna come on.
They also have their time and place.
Okay. I Ain't Trying, that was really good. Big Slimes featuring Gunna and Lil Duke.
Ooh,
So
yes,
that was
I
a good
love
song
Ghana.
because Gunna loves Young Thug loves Gunna. Huge inspirations. You can see the inspirations in Gunna's rap and sort of like Young Thug's worked like a mentor to him. It seems. I'm
That's
not
so
too
cool.
sure.
That's so cool.
I Got Time.
But you can see the influence.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I Got Time with Shah the God. I didn't know who he was,
Shad the God.
but he did such a good job. He's
Shad
got
the God.
he's got kind of like that old school rap vibe.
Nice, like 2000s rap.
Major 9 is one of those as well. Trap back.
I was
Trap
gonna,
back and back. Trap back.
you know, when you played that. I was gonna say that when you play this mixtape, it gave me kind of like a slight hint of old school rap, but without being too boom bap type forward.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So it is a nice hint, kind of nostalgic in a way, but without it being too overpowering.
It did give me like 2014, 2013 vibes.
Yeah,
2012.
again, kind of like nostalgic in a tiny taste, but nothing too overpowering.
When like Chris Brown and Tyga were releasing music together all the time like this, it kind of gave me that time. Yeah, it gave me that vibe. And then Go Crazy, which is probably the most Chris Brownish song in the whole thing, if I remember right. So it's just that this is my favorite Thug, man. Like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the whole squeamish Thug. I'm not a whole fan of the whole so different Thug. The whole I wear dresses Thug. Not a big fan of that stuff.
I like what he visually what he represents. I do.
But I'm a fan of the Thug. I'm a fan of Young Thug because he's broken boundaries and he's normalized things that weren't normal in the rap game, and now so many more people are coming forward to it. Like you can definitely tell even in Gunna's fashion sense that he's very fashion forward with colors, with brands, different styles. So it's great to see that someone like Young Thug is setting a trend for other guys. That it's like the rap game doesn't always have to be black, red,
Bling,
and gold
bling.
and drip. You know,
Yeah.
you can wear whatever you want, and you can wear it well.
That's true.
So, yeah, Young Thug's probably the person to attribute that to a little bit.
I agree.
So yeah, that's good music. If you want to listen to that, I mean, good music that's released this week, and let us know maybe what you're listening to right now. What are your
Yes. What is your go-to new artist or new playlist that you have conjured in this
right now? Yeah,
in these times? Yeah.
because we know so many of you are from all over the world, so
It's so interesting to see what everybody's listening around the world.
yeah, this is what's released in America.
Yeah,
You know,
it's true. I was listening to. You know what I was listening to this morning?
What?
Gloria Estefan.
really?
Her greatest hits.
We were listening
So
to
refreshing.
Mark Anthony while we were working out.
Oh yeah,
Last
and
night.
I was singing in my sleep.
Really,
I was literally singing the lyrics in my head.
I love working out to salsa or merengue or Juan Luis Guerra.
It gets you so pumped. Yeah, you're
Gets
like
you pumped,
ready. You know what I loved working out to? Hardcore merengue.
Dude, it's fun.
It's
fun.
It's so good.
It doesn't let you rest, but it's fun.
Yes, and it's great.
But-
And then you cool down to some like hardcore heartbreak ballads in Spanish.
Yeah, you could.
Like some Alejandro Sanz and Pablo Alborán to get you like
Yeah, I think sometimes working out to hip hop it just gets me angry.
that's good for leg day.
Yeah, no, good for leg day is grime.
Ugh.
UK grime, dude.
I could never.
Do you want to go to a dark side of yourself?
I
Not
could
grime.
never.
Play UK drill.
Who got the like cookies? Like Suki.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. But if you want to really go to a dark place you didn't know you had,
You want to go deep.
yeah, listen to that. Or like I hate heavy metal. Not a big fan of that stuff.
Me? Oh well, I am. I have my days.
So I can't listen to that type of stuff when I'm working out. Don't like that type of stuff. Don't like rock really that much. So I need to go to another way to get into that sort of like pissed off mode.
If when I was training and I had to go to like and soak in myself in like the darkness.
Sometimes you have to, dude.
Definitely, I agree. You gotta find that part of yourself too. You got to get to know that part of yourself. I agree. If you want to see growth. in any aspect in your life. I think you also have to know that.
Embrace that bit of darkness.
Yeah, that crazy side of you.
There's nothing wrong with it.
But if I wanted to purposely force myself into that part of it, yeah, rock was my go-to.
Oh yeah, rock was definitely your go-to.
Definitely.
You even got into
go-to.
screamo at one point, mate.
Oh yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, well, you know, you do what you gotta do.
Yeah, but I like that thought. I learned it from read in a book, and I really like that concept by Dave Goggins, of sort of that he has this like altered version of himself. It's like a darker version. I think he calls it Goggins. I'm not sure. Don't really remember. But the whole concept of it was there's places that you can only go to once you embrace your dark side. That's because that's another well of energy that you can go to. That's another untapped source of power that you can use.
And it's very powerful if used in the right direction for the right reasons. Yeah, definitely, I agree.
Especially if you're doing physical stuff. You know, as long as you're not hurting anyone, then.
Yeah, and I think you also need to learn how to. Or you also, but even when you're a fighter, you need to know your body so well in order to know what's gonna be wrong for you in the long run. But getting to explore that side of, embracing the pain and knowing, pushing boundaries and knowing how far you want to go, or it's really important. I think it's really important for anybody to kind of tap into that.
Yeah, because there's power in the lighter, more fun, happy, more harmonized.
The elated feeling.
Yeah, there's definitely power in that, a lot. And I think that's the healthier one to some extent. But learning to know both, that's how yin yang sort of talk.
Yeah, and then again, so this is what I used to do, right? So, hardcore training sometimes for me was too much because I'm a happy person naturally. I'm a bubbly, ha ha ha, let's go get toasted.
Yeah.
In the gym, and I hate it, but woohoo, balloons and flowers. And I remember my PT trainer used to be like, come on, Waleska, get angry, hit harder, come on. And I'd be like, I am trying, but my nails, So to get into that dark place, music was a very good incentive for me. It's like an acting career, like the whole theater life. So trying to combine those two, and then suddenly you find yourself in a very dark spot. But you know what I used to do after, because I never liked that, having to get stuck in that feeling after I've done everything physically possible.
Oh yeah, you gotta turn it off. Yeah,
I used to do a lot of yoga, and dude, the contrast is so huge that by the time that you finish your yoga session, you feel like you're walking in the highest clouds ever made by a human.
Yeah.
Because it was so, the contrast is so different that the high feels really high. It's so cool, and I love that.
And it sort of shows you how weirdly activities trigger different energies.
Oh, 100%.
In you,
yes.
And sort of require different sort of intentions and feels and.
Definitely, because when I found myself doing the hardcore physical stuff, I found a sense of primal, like, survival feeling. But then when I was doing the recovery process of it all, the yoga or Pilates or whatever, I found myself in a completely different vibe, kind of like floaty and zen-y.
You're trying to be lighter.
Yes. That's definitely not recording.
Just stop now.
Oh, okay.
Trap back,
so nice to talk like this.
Yeah. Yeah, so. Yeah, when you're doing yoga and stuff, like, you're sort of trying to be.
You're not trying. You kind of find yourself because you're constantly breathing. I think the breathing is different, and the I don't know, the thought process that goes beyond just the physical activity, because there's so much work that happens mentally when you're doing yoga or Pilates that you're making a conscious effort to keep a calm mind, you know, get away from the noise, this noise, and you find very very you don't have to try it. You kind of find yourself settling into that process. It's such a cool experience.
Yoga is so difficult, man. Because it's so hard, yet you're trying to be so cool and contained and relaxed and smooth, and it's weird. It's a really weird exercise, but it's so difficult, and then the concentration of it is so interesting. It's so different.
Yes.
Because it's like when people tell us like try to think of nothing. That's
And
like
I
an art on itself. It's like it's a skill on itself.
And I think the trick is not trying.
Yeah, which is weird. Yeah.
Which is the hardest thing to actually wrap your head around, because you're, especially when you're used to training or doing a certain discipline, you find yourself always trying to do the best that you can, you know?
Trying to do things, yeah.
Yeah,
even in some activities, like for example in tennis is one of those where when you try less, more happens.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a fine line, you know, you don't just want to tank.
Absolutely.
You know,
it's weird finding that balance
yeah,
between
when
things.
you try the least, or so the saying is, less is more.
Yeah.
Right, so less is more in.
But that's a tricky concept on its own.
I mean, I'd say most sports, that concept, it's probably positive.
I think it goes to most disciplines overall, because it applies as well in acting and and
looseness.
Yeah.
That ultimately it's more energy efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, you transfer more power, more energy through limbs if they work more relaxed rather than tense.
You also find a harmonious symbiosis of everything that happens in your body, like your body
everything's
kind
more
of
fluid. Yeah. Even mind and body become more fluid. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you find that unity between thought and action.
same with music, I'd say. I'd say when you're trying the hardest, that's when nothing comes.
I couldn't agree more. I think for anything, I think that idea of stepping back and trying to settle into that discipline, whatever you're trying to put yourself through, even when you're writing or you're painting or anything, I think the when you take the time to step back and just kind of like settle into whatever that precise moment requires, you actually achieve more than if you pushed through it, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Well, let's do some questions.
Some questions.
Yeah, you guys have sent.
You have sent the incredible amount of sets of questions over it on Twitter and on Instagram DMs and stuff, and even in the comment sections. It has been hilarious. But because we did say that we were going to answer the ones over on Twitter, we have them here. So go ahead, read them out. Let's get to it.
So blah 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 blah. What do you love about each other, and what's the thing you can't bear? I suspect that's what we're trying to say. About each other.
About each other.
Oh, she's like therapy.
It's fun.
Yeah,
I like it. I love that you're super disciplined and like you're the polar opposite to me when it comes to.
Oh, that's nice, mate.
You know, honestly, I think we balance each other really well, because you're super work inclined and everything has a structure, and you have
harder core and you're softer core. Yeah.
You always have a plan, and you know where to go and what to do. You're quick at problem solving and stuff like that, and I feel like you're super clever at many things that I am totally a banana about, and and I'm more, live. Rainbows and unicorns.
I say that's what I like, because we're such polar opposites, and I've said it before, such polar opposites of each other, and I think that's why we work together so well, because I don't know how you see the world, and that's why I find it intriguing talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
I think some siblings, the reason why it becomes difficult for them to maybe speak to each other at the level that sometimes they're only able to talk about to their friends,
mm-hmm.
or girlfriends, or say if you're a girl you have a boyfriend, or maybe family, like mom and dad. The reason why sometimes they can't talk at that level, it's because maybe how they see the world, or they always have this sort of like
perception, a preset perception of things.
Of them and how they see
Yeah.
the world. They see it like your smaller brother. They see it like your older sister. I think with us, the thing that's worked so well. It's also because we were raised together in a professional environment.
Yeah, that's true.
We didn't have time to do the whole fighting thing on stage. We didn't have the time to do the whole
No.
fighting thing on camera. We didn't have the time to do the whole I hate you thing. Never, like
No, don't get me wrong. We do have our our differences, and because we're so different, we do come moments when
we clash. There's definitely
clash.
moments where we clash.
But I don't know. I've always liked working with you. I've never felt it like it was like, oh, it's hard, or oh, this is gonna be tough. Actually, I enjoy working with you. I love that we have great communication. Like we talk and we get things out, and I love to see the world through your eyes as well. Hear how you.
That's what I like. That's what I
Yeah.
like. I think it's very weird the way you see the world.
Same.
And you think it's very
Likewise.
weird the way I see the world.
Yeah.
Which
Ditto.
is super interesting to then converse and talk about mundane BS.
Yeah, like the most random things, like music.
No, but then I'd say mundane things like, I don't know, clothing or
That's true.
or friends or I don't know, interests and stuff. But then talking about the things that I love the most and that you love the most, like music or creating or your perception of sports, my perception of musical theater and acting, that's when it turns really, really intriguing. And that's why I like also recording it, because then it also lets me, like, I can hear it back, the bits where you're talking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, so that's what she actually meant. You know what I mean? That's what I like. I like the fact that we're really polar opposites. We're like getting on the whole corny stuff. Oh, I like the way you make sandwiches. Yeah.
What do you like that?
Oh, yeah, nice, mate.
Okay, good.
Really nice. Yeah, Waleska sandwiches are a joke, mate.
Thanks. Yeah.
But
you're
yeah,
a good cook.
and then the thing I can't bear, I don't know, probably the fact that you like taking food from my plate.
Or using your clothes. I love using your clothes. I hate that you don't share. I hate the fact that you can't share.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
and I also dislike your freaking stupid pet peeves.
Well, Pale says
Oh.
this is a pet peeve. I don't think it is.
It is.
Like, say we're eating, right? Say maybe we're having, like, I don't know, mozzarella sticks, yeah? And
They're made for sharing.
No, but I have 4 and she has 4. She has eaten her 4 and now she wants one of mine. So she goes and grabs it like a claw. This evil claw machine that she has attached to her arm. Like this sort of like a kraken thing. And then she goes and grabs it. And then puts it in her mouth without asking. That drives me nuts.
Well, I do ask when it's in my mouth, because I know you're going to say no.
What the heck is the point?
Well, I'm being polite. At least I'm asking.
Yeah, whatever.
There's progress, all right? And he also hates
On the
that
clothing
I
thing.
wear his clothes. Why? It's cool. We can. You need to learn to share. Sharing is caring.
Yeah,
I love your hoodies. They're comfortable.
I think every
And
girl.
your
I think
tracksuits
every
are
girl
awesome.
enjoys hoodies for some weird reason, but male hoodies.
Because they're oversized and they're comfy, and then you can do the flappy things with your arms.
But I think that only happens in the winter, though.
Yeah, definitely.
If maybe I don't know what would.
I like also wearing.
You like men
t-shirts.
clothes, yeah.
Yeah, t-shirts overall for like male.
Same Venezuela where it was really warm. Were girls also crazy about
Yeah,
men, guys
100%.
jumpers?
Yeah, it was the corniest thing,
I couldn't remember.
the cheesy thing about this boy gave me his jumper.
Right.
Mm. It was such a big thing in high school.
So it's
for
just
sure.
maybe because it's a guy's jumper, because it's bigger.
I think it's also what it represents for the girl, I suppose. But for me, I just like them because they're nice and comfy.
My question is,
Here we go.
why do they just
Buy them
herself?
Yeah, well, but it's there.
Yeah.
Why would I want to go buy it if it's there
No,
just
yours-
a few feet away from my clothes?
Yours kind of makes sense, right? It's also cheap or whatever. But say you're a girl, like in school, I do remember seeing that here in England, like in London, like a lot of the girls, you're not allowed to wear jumpers in the school I used to go to. You would have to wear like ties and stuff like that. But before school began, it was so cold, people were like in the playgrounds and stuff, you would wear a hoodie, and then the girls were like, oh my god, can I have your hoodie for later on, because maybe we'll have physical education, PE, or that basically means gym class
Yeah,
in America. And
is the same as PEP. They also refer.
all
as
right,
PE.
so they would take your jumper, but then they would take the same bloody jumper, and then I would no longer have a jumper. And then I'm also like, hey, I also like
I'm
jumpers.
cold. I also am cold.
So then I would sort of like, just sort of, here's the website. I would just sort of mention it. Say we're having breakfast or
It
lunch or
doesn't
whatever.
mean the same thing.
Trapstar.com.
Buy it.
Yeah. Oh, it was crazy because they were just at 30% off the other day. I was just sort of planting little eggs
Here,
there.
look at it.
Yeah, but they still wouldn't get the message.
Yeah, no.
All right.
What's the next question?
How old were you when you first heard Taeyang's wedding dress?
How old were you? I think that question goes to you.
I was
13?
14. I was in year 9.
You're in year 9.
And no. Yeah, 14.
Yeah, must have been.
And my best friend at the time, he was really into this stuff, and I didn't know what it was. And he sort of heard it, and he used to dance a lot, or used to like dance. And yeah, he just sort of showed me it. So I was maybe 14, and at the time I didn't realize.
What did you think of it? What was your first impression?
I just thought it was just like a guy from America who was Korean.
Fair enough.
Yeah, what am I thinking?
It's
So-
like, oh, cool music.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is from another country, from another industry. They're breaking boundaries. They're not speaking English. I wasn't even paying attention. I was like, oh,
Like,
nice.
oh, nice, good.
And I think in one bit, I think the chorus is in English. So I think that's the bit he kind of showed me. So I was just like, oh, American music.
There
He
we
just
go.
happens, and I didn't know he was Korean. I thought he was from another country, or I thought he was from another country, but he was born in America. So
Fair
his
enough.
parents were
Like a J Park type of thing.
or like
Yeah.
Sam Kim
Yeah,
was
yeah.
born in Seattle, and then and his parents are Korean. Same
Yeah.
thing. I didn't think much of it. I just thought, yeah, it's all right, mate. I thought it was like, this is a bit bizarre though because he looks like Chris Brown, but he's Asian.
Cool.
I thought like a Chris Brown or Asian. Do you have any funny childhood memories together?
Oh, too many.
Plenty. Yeah.
I don't know. We got so much. It's hard to just pick one.
Oh, dude, when I was
okay. Go ahead. I just
you
thought
go
of one.
first. You go first.
Efra used to steal my Barbies and decapitate them and put them in the fridge.
Dude, that was a crazy
In the
kid.
freezer. He would decapitate them, cut their hair, and put them in the freezer. I used to be so freaked out by that. I was like, what is wrong with my brother?
So, okay, so
I used to go concerned to my mom.
like,
Be
is my brother a
"Mom,
psycho?"
Mom, I think there's something wrong with my brother.
Okay, can I defend myself?
Yes.
Right, so at that moment, I was really into Max Steel's and Action Man, right? These are like action figures that you sort of see in these commercials, and they sort of did all this cool stuff. In one of the commercials, they would knock the head off of one of the villains, and she was an evil cyborg. It was sort of like this evil woman cyborg thing.
Right.
Which if that commercial would go live now, it would get destroyed. But
So many things wrong with that idea.
yeah, and this guy literally with his fat calves kicks her or kicks it because he's a cyborg and decapitates it. And I would try, Bali. I would try so hard to elaborate or recreate the same scene time and time again, but I couldn't do it.
So
Yeah, so what I would do is let's take the head of this one.
I just
So and then kind of like put it in softly, and then and then kick it, but it wouldn't work. So I was like, oh crap! Now I have all these dolls that are not mine that have no heads.
Literally,
And
there
I
were
read,
so many.
and I don't know how I figured out that maybe
Put them in the freezer.
if you put them in the freezer, no one would suspect a thing.
Who the hell would not suspect it? And I would go innocently to the freezer to like get ice cream or something, and I would find my decapitated Barbies in the freezer.
Would I put the heads on top of the thing, and then you'd pick them up, and they would fall
No,
off?
there'd be like heads on one side, bodies in another.
Oh man!
In like different drawers as well. And I'd be like, Mom, my brother is weird.
Yeah, I think I was just trying to hide them for real.
I think you
I was-
he was so young as well,
I was
and
like,
I'd
what,
be so
6,
freaked out.
5, maybe 4 or 5. Yeah,
You
but I do
weirdo.
remember though that I would see it on TV, and I was sort of like, oh, I wonder if it's possible. And it was, but it would never come off the same way that in the thing.
Of course, animation. But you know what's funny? I used to, you know what? It used to give me such a sense of pride to see you playing with my dolls. I'd be like, oh, look at him. He's playing with my toys.
I'll try to do
That's
it
so cute.
I would try to do it in secret.
I
but
know, but I always used to look at you, and you always used to whisper.
I was always 4.
That's so funny. I just just remember you're like, hi, how you doing? Just to whisper.
That's adorable. Yeah, I was also 5 or 4. So
Yeah, you're a baby.
that's the fun age though, because kids
Yeah.
do weird stuff.
They do.
Kids do such weird stuff.
They do. You were still a bit shy back then. You weren't there. Ha, Efra.
No.
You weren't there. Whatcha, Efra?
Maybe
yet.
that's why I would whisper.
Yeah, I think so too.
Weirdo, bro. What's that? Maybe I have. What do I have? Oh, bro. So we were in a TV show, right? This TV show, Consejitos, that some of you guys want to check out.
Don't start. Shut up.
we will release some clips when we're ready.
When we have acknowledged and get over our cringy material.
Yeah, because it's a child's program. It's tough to watch
Cringe
now.
down.
But at this point, my teeth were sort of getting loose, and we're in the studio, and this studio is brand new.
I remember that.
The Vampirito story, I'm telling you.
Yes.
And this studio was brand new. It had 6 floors, maybe 5 floors. It was a huge building. And
it's a brand new building as well.
yeah, funny enough, it was in front of where I used to do karate.
That's true.
And so I would do karate, go there, get changed, sort of all that stuff. And then we would go up there, take the elevator. The elevator was the most fun thing because you could dance in it. They had a mirror. We would pretend to do stuff. However,
Like
my teeth were
every
starting
elevator
to get loose. Starting. And I was when I was a kid, I used to be very wary about blood and all that stuff. Like if I saw blood, I would pass out. And so we were very careful about my teeth thing, because if it would come off,
you would pass out if there was blood.
it was a high potential. I could freak the hell out, bro. You know. So we went
going
up.
to shock.
So I was very wary that day, even in karate and stuff. I was one of the best kids and stuff, and I literally protected my teeth like there was no tomorrow, bro. So we go upstairs. We're early. It's me, some other girl, and Bali, and we're just pretending to, I don't know, pretend.
We used to play Vampiritos all the time.
And Vampiritos means little vampires, right? Which means, you're trying to like scare the other guy and then pretend you're gonna suck their blood.
Yeah, kind of like bite into each other's necks.
Now you'd realize that
Pretend, by the way.
if it's a dark place and it's full of stuff you can trip over, and there's 3 young kids, stuff is going to go wrong. We didn't know this, so we didn't turn the lights on. And this is a big studio, like a huge. It's basically the same size of a.
General lighting was on, but it's this soft light.
Yeah. So we're just jumping around, and the show set had a little sofas and stuff that are like puffs, they were called back then, and we'll jump on them on top of each other. And then Bale decided, okay, let's be a bit more hardcore, and let's pin my brother down in one of these things. I'm gonna bite his neck, right? Pretend to bite my neck.
Efra's super ticklish, by the way. This is the reason why the whole thing came about, because Efra's like ridiculously ticklish.
Thanks for the exposing.
You're welcome, but it's a key element to the game.
And Bali put my hands back and then I'm gonna bite you in the neck, and she went like and I went like hee and as soon as I went hee, Bali's forehead, or was it your nose? I don't know what it was. It was a big forehead just tumbled my tooth.
I knocked it right out of his mouth.
Whoosh, and he just flew, and you could just hear a waterfall, Niagara Falls of blood. Vroom. And I'm like,
no.
It took me a long minute, bro, of me. It took me a long minute of me like realizing
yourself.
What had just happened, because I felt something.
And he was like, I'm not gonna look. Is it gone? He said to me with like a shock face, is it gone? Is it gone? Did you hit it? Is it gone?
Bro.
And I'd be like, yes, Efra, the tooth is out. And Efra would be like, oh my god. You were freaking
Dude,
the
I was
hell out.
freaking the hell out. I didn't pass out though. I was so proud of myself. And I went to the toilet.
But you were in shock.
I was white like a rat.
Yeah,
like
you
a
were.
white rat, like a white lab rat. I looked like a white lab rat because I also had a buzz cut.
Yeah.
You know, so I was panicking.
Those were fun days. I had such a fun time that day.
No, I didn't. I hated it, and that day would always be with me. I still feel the emptiness of the tooth in my mouth as I speak about it.
What's the next one?
Next one is our house quarantine life, which means the whole locked thing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys safe in London? I'm from Birmingham. Oh, by the way, stay safe. Oh, lovely.
Oh, hello friend.
Hello, my Brom Amigos.
Oh, we're doing fine. We're safe here with tons of Netflix and junk food.
Yeah,
We're doing great.
Just working out, really.
I'm watching tons of Vampire Diaries. We're really hooked into it.
Yeah, I haven't watched that many, but
You're hooked.
I've watched where you guys left off, sort
Yeah.
of thing, and I liked it. I like that guy, Damon. He's
Damon
funny.
is fun.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah.
I hope you're also staying safe where you are, and you're.
Let us know what you're up to as well. Leave it down in the comments below.
What's this one? How long does it take to coordinate your outfits? Not very long, as
Not
you
long
can
at
see.
all. Not long at all. I cannot get dressed. Okay, so my getting ready process is kind of long, so I
think this will be a good one to finish.
Yeah, I think about an outfit, and then I sit on my dresser, and I think about, okay, what type of like makeup do I want to do today? What do I feel like? And then I stay like an hour, maybe an hour and a half to
maybe
like
two,
get my, if I have to deal with this, then I'll decide what to do with my hair. Like today, nothing.
Yeah.
And it takes me quite a long time. So Efra is usually working here.
If we weren't under locked situations, I would be
either training or working.
No, I wouldn't be training, because I would have arrived from training.
Oh yeah, good point.
Or maybe I was on my way back.
Yeah.
But I would be like super on job on the laptop, calls, doing whatever, maybe shoots, maybe it's content creation, maybe it's meetings, maybe it's I have, whatever. But at the moment, as ballet's getting ready, I'm just chilling, doing nothing.
It's so annoying because
I'm
panicking in my brain. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be
for the last
late.
month and 3 weeks, I've done nothing as you get ready, and then it takes you a good 2 hours, I'd say.
Yeah.
To get ready.
Do outfit and hair, and definitely
which
2
is
hours.
Bizarre by how often we record.
But I contemplate it every time we record.
Yeah. So, and I thought maybe, because I've seen a lot of people like Efra, could you get ballet to do maybe makeup tutorials? I don't think that would be a bad idea.
Yeah, I like the idea. I'm just not a makeup artist, and I'll show you what I do. But sure, if you want to follow my advice, go for it.
If I was a girl and I liked your makeup, I would be interested.
Yeah, well, if you want to see makeup tutorials, also let me know, and I'll definitely do it.
So it literally takes you like 2 hours, and it takes me maybe, I don't know,
15 minutes,
10
maybe
minutes.
less.
Yeah, it depends if I'm wearing a hat or not.
Yeah, that's a good point. If he's not wearing a hat, 15 minutes. If he's wearing a hat, 5. He'll be like, this.
No, I'll just be like, what color are you wearing? Then you're like, oh, pink. All right, cool. I'll try to find something pink. Or, oh, what color are you wearing? I'm wearing a bit blue. Oh, okay, cool. I'll try and wear something blue. But sometimes I don't own everything that she owns, like same colors.
No, definitely not. Your wardrobe consists of dark blue, gray, and black.
Yeah. Now I'm opening a little bit more because we do so much recording, and I think it's just easy to look. Like, it's easier to look at.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a bit more sort of like proper. I don't know.
I don't know. It kind of looks like we made an effort,
Plus, we love fashion. That's one of the things we love.
100%. I'm a huge sucker for fashion,
yeah.
and I have one of my pet peeves is combination of colors and
like this will annoy you.
100%, but I already said that earlier, so that's fine.
Yeah, but I have nothing else.
That's cool. I just have to take it out. I just have to say it. That doesn't mean that I'm attacking you.
Yeah, I might have to buy like, one of the things I thought was that maybe I should buy hats of different, like every color. So maybe if I can't find
styles, please.
Yeah, so maybe if I can't...
don't buy 30 caps in different colors that look exactly the same.
So it's Tommy jeans red, Tommy jeans blue, Tommy red.
Oh my god, don't be that basic person.
But then at least it's like, say you're wearing, I don't know, another color, I could at least always have that backup plan.
something that it kind of like aligns to what we're doing.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
That's lovely. Thanks for sending the questions. We hope you found some good music, at least. And let us know what topics or news are happening throughout the week that you'd like us to cover. As always, we thank you so much for everything.
Yay!
For staying with us. If you stay only for a minute or you stay for the whole hour with us, thank you so much. It's amazing to see what you guys think and what you guys feel, what you guys taste is like. the fact that you enjoy hearing us talk and you enjoy the podcast. It's crazy to me. So humbling, yet so ego feeding at the same time. You know, it's like, oh wow, it's meaningful to someone.
I know I don't know if it fits my ego, but it kind of makes me.
What? It's not ego. What do you call it? I don't know. It's meaningful.
It's very meaningful, yeah. Because I was
soul feeding.
Yeah, that's the good word. Yeah. It's more fulfilling than I could ever kind of put into words.
Yeah. So please keep sending the questions. We will cover them every week, and we will cover news stories, things that are going on. The better we get at this specific podcast, like on Feature Friday. The main podcast, we have themes, we have stuff going on that we've learned along the way. So we'll learn to do things on this one as well. But yeah, thank you so much for staying.
Welcome to the journey.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Yeehaw.